Charlotte Nichols, your candidate, Rebecca Long-Bailey, gave Jeremy Corbyn 10 out of 10 for being Labour leader. He did lead your party to the worst result since 1935. What would she have given him if he'd won?
Well, I think she was giving him it as a person. I think the really important thing in this contest is that we conduct it in a really collegiate way, that it's not about personal attacks on each other or the previous leadership. It's about owning up to the reasons why Labour suffered the defeat they did, which, you know, were not things that was just this election. It's been a long time coming, unfortunately.
Does it mean, I mean, are you coming to terms with what happened last month? Are you confronting what the party needs to face up to after last month if you give the man that led you to this terrible defeat 10 out of 10?
Well, there were aspects of our policy manifesto, for example, that were very popular.
Well, maybe that would make it 5 out of 10.
Well, you know, obviously, I think
4 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I think it was about being, you know, respectful to the fact that, you know, he did a lot of good for the party in terms of the policy direction, the things that we were talking about in the previous elections. You know, it was
so you had the right policies, but you just got thumped.
We had the right policies. The issue was that people didn't trust us to deliver them.
How do you know that, though? So isn't it, it's kind of taken hold, this sense that the policies were popular. It's taken hold among quite a lot of Labour people. And, you know, maybe that was the case. But how do you know that when the defeat was so serious? How can people say with confidence, well, the policies were popular when the country rejected them so overwhelmingly?
Well, in my constituency, it was from going out door-knocking, approximately 60% of people in the constituency over a 4-week campaign.
You won yours.
I did, but with a much reduced majority. And it was something that, you know, there were a lot of people that had issues about various things that they were perfectly happy to talk to us about, and those issues were not our policies.
Rebecca Long-Bailey, her campaign, the start of it seems to have been a little bit stuttering. For a while, we didn't really know if she was going to run. Then she came up with, what was it, progressive patriotism, which I think survived one article. Then she launched it properly in the Tribune this week. Now we hear that the hustings didn't go that well for her. Is her heart really in this?
I disagree that the hustings didn't go well. I think there are a lot of questions that came up that, particularly around the issue of anti-Semitism, that I actually thought she was the most credible candidate on. Now, in terms of the start of her campaign, I think she's been very clear that she wasn't someone with a kind of oven-ready leadership campaign ready to go after the election, because she was focused on winning the election and hopefully putting Jeremy Corbyn into number 10. Well, that's something that a lot of MPs had during the election. I mean, I would like to think that my video was pretty nice as well, and, you know, I'm not running for Labour leader.
It was really quite a lot before the election.
All right, let's...
You know, anointed, really, by people around Jeremy Corbyn months and months ago. You know, you can't really say, well, she was still really mulling over whether or not to do it. She was only reflecting on what she was going to do. Is that credible?
I think it is. I mean, there were other people that names were floating around, you know, not least Ian Lavery. I think that...
Well, he's not running now. He's backing your candidate. He's backing Rebecca Long-Bailey. We're going to have to leave it there, Charlotte Nichols. Thanks for joining us. There's a long while to go in this Labour leadership campaign. Yeah, we're now going to